Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. Join us again. Chrissy Ball TV. We are back with a match reaction. Liverpool versus Bayern Munich. I got my man K-Mac here. Baz is in the building. People in the chat, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you guys. Please don't forget, share, subscribe, like, comment. We will need you guys on this one. I know a lot of people have a lot to say. So put it in the chat. Let's be respectful. I know emotions are a little bit high right now, but yeah, we have to talk about it. That's how it is. When it's bad, we talk. When it's good, we talk. All right. So, guys, how y'all doing?
I'm all right. I'm all
All
right. All right. Blood pressure's down a bit now.
All good. All good.
And, you know, I have to be honest. I mean, I think, Baz, you were on that show. I said, you know, that's even way before the preseason started. I you know, wrote it in that this match was going to tell me a lot about what's going to happen this season, based on not just the score. You know, the score don't really, you know, it's not what I'm looking for. It's more like how we play. And yesterday, our show, that's something that I think most of us agree on. It's like, hey, we want to see how we play, whether we lose or win. How did we get there? And one thing that I didn't want to see was that I think it was Arsenal versus Barcelona scoreline, which was like 5-3. Yeah, I love goals, but I don't want to see that much goals. But K-Mike, based on what you see, just like a quick summary. I know you always been said that you haven't seen any changes from day one. So watching this match, let's just forget about the scoreline because this is preseason. Scoreline don't matter. Even if we won 6-0 and it was just penalties and tap-ins, but when you're watching this, do you see any difference, or are you still saying it's not working?
So the patterns of play still work up front. We still do the high press. We still got a great goalkeeper with brilliant distribution. There's no change in defense. It's just it looks a mess. The transition, we can't play out of the back. Like, we just can't play out from the back. It just doesn't work. We're wide open down the wings. Salah looks isolated again, which he did last season. So that's not changed. I just can't for the life of me understand why we're playing our left back and our right back like literally so high up the pitch in midfield, lopsided as well at some stages. It's just, I mean, the players look like they're blowing after like 30 minutes because they're having to do so much running back, which is just incredible. Like the whole point in this system is to have controlled possession. Right. But it's just I mean, I was listening to the commentary and it's literally the commentator said 3 passes by any team in preseason and they are at the back line. 3 passes. And that for me is just unforgivable. I can't watch this next season. I can't watch this next season. Like, and if you're a striker for Liverpool, you must be sat there going, like, what do I do? Like, I'm scoring goals, I'm creating chances, and then it's like Keystone Cops.
Right. And Baz, what says you, man? A quick, before we dive in, just like K-Mac said, certain situations is not working still. We haven't fixed the problem. So it's like the same thing from last year, especially the defense. And still, Liverpool was known to be the team that can pass from the back. But now we're still struggling to have the transition. Like I went on social media and everybody keeps saying the same thing, the transition, especially coming backwards, Going forward, we good.
Yeah. To be fair, look, it was our hardest game. And look, in spells we played all right. But we know like forwards, in terms of forwards, we're gonna score goals. We haven't like struggled in scoring goals for sure. Right. But yeah, we do have a problem at the back. It's not rocket scientists and stuff like that. It is what it is. It needs to be addressed. And look, this was the last game when I look at some of the games that we played in pre-season, we should have played a little bit more difficult teams to give us that opportunity to play. And I was a little bit concerned. This was the last one before Chelsea, Chelsea have had a decent pre-season. They look okay. They look good. So yeah, we do have issues at the back. On the positives, well, not positives, but yeah, positives. Our forwards are okay. They're scoring goals. Our keeper's still at his very best. Again, it was just more. It's just more fitness than anything. But we are obviously a bit worried because there's McAllister. I'm not sure how bad McAllister's injury was, but that's a concern because he's been good in pre-season. Nunes has been scoring goals, but he missed a good few opportunities today, which I wouldn't say concerns me, but it's like those cracks appearing again. Is he having issues because he's getting the opportunities and it's just the composure at the end? But yeah, look, we definitely need a lot more. Definitely need a lot more looking at in terms of the back line. I think we do need at least a defender in, or even a DM that is going to be. I'm not even looking at Lavia now. I'm looking at perhaps someone that's a bit more experienced, because I think you're going to need experience now, because defending was a little bit all over the place. But yeah.
No. I mean, both you guys have put in some strong point. I mean, we all watched the match, and then we all been watching the series. And Baz, I was thinking the same. I said we need one more hard match like this. I think we have one more match, but that one, I think he's probably going to play more of the kids, just to get away with injury. But I think McAllister, I haven't heard anything yet, but he did get up and walk on his own. He didn't get any, they didn't pick him up or anything, or the training, the squad did not come in, and he just got up. I think it was knee to knee, one of those annoying contact.
It's been reported. It's looking bad.
It's bad.
Yeah, it's looking bad. It's been reported.
Crap.
He's got ice on it, so I think he could be getting a scan.
Okay, so yeah, I think hopefully it's not gonna be one of those 3 weeks, 1 month. They'll tell us, oh, he's good, and then it's like, okay, this guy is gone for a long time. But I'm glad that you guys, as much frustrated you guys are, you're able to articulate the game. You're not just coming up here like wow. You saw certain things that was good, certain things that we definitely know this is worrisome. But let's start with the first half, right? We tried to press, then we realized that these guys are way too good for us to press them, because they would have outpassed us and scored more goals. So one thing that I like is we didn't force ourselves in trying to gang press the whole time. The thing that I saw was we can score goals, so let's not even worry about that. In terms of attack and the fluidity of Liverpool attack, K-Mac, what impresses you about that in terms of the fluidity of Liverpool attack?
I don't see that anything's changed. Like, I just see that we've still got the patterns, we've still got the pace, we still win the ball back high, and we know exactly what to do. We hunt in packs. We're quite ruthless, to be fair, in some circumstances. There's a couple of times where we kind of overthink things, and we should just do it. Like, you're in charge, take the shot. Like, don't try and set the other man up. Just take control. And I think that will come. We've scored bags of goals on this tour, but for me, it's the other end of the pitch, which has always been the problem for the last couple of years for me. But like, for me, like, Gapco has been incredible. Like, for me, he's undroppable now. Like, and he starts ahead of Nunes.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's interesting as well seeing the starting lineup, because the starting lineup was the team that I think should play against Chelsea, which is Jota, Gakpo, Salah, and we went 2 up within like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
and that's what we can do.
Right.
Yeah, that's a positive on the attack.
Definitely. Bas, I mean, I know you did mention, hit on those points, but do you want to say more on what K-Mac is saying that, nothing must have changed. It's just we got better players. I won't say we got better players. We got newer players that are good in attacking. And it's a little bit different from the old Bobby, I call the Bobby system now. Now I'm calling the Gakpo system, right? Is that something that you've seen that you were like, okay, we're going to be all right on this side? Eventually, we will discuss more about the deficiency of Liverpool because, like I said, this match is the one that tells me if something has changed or we're still seeing the same issues.
Look, we score goals. We definitely score goals. Our team's always been quite fluid. Our forwards have been quite fluid. We don't really struggle in scoring goals or creating for certain. I just think it's a difficult one. I think in terms of going forward, we're okay. Well, I think we got one of the best forwards in the world. And I'm not too concerned about that. Gakpo was only here like 6 months before. So he's still effectively, he's not even done a year, and he's just improving. I think definitely he for me offers a bit more technical ability, link up play, and he's getting better and better each time. Salah still assists if he doesn't score, so there is some sort of contribution in terms of numbers. Then Jota's been decent. You've got Diaz was good today. So yeah, I'm not really concerned a lot about that in terms of. I'm pretty sure when we play different teams, we'll have different setups for that. Like I said, I don't want to go too deep in it because it was just one game that certain things resurfaced again.
Yeah.
Nunez, we're playing this. This is a preseason friendly. You can be excused and stuff like that for sure. Imagine in the 90th minute, against Aston Villa, we need that point to keep Man City up, and he misses opportunities like that. That's the concern that I have. But I'm trying my hardest not to, because I think he's had a decent preseason so far. It just needs to, we are seeing certain things. That K-Mac is right. We are seeing certain things with the team, with certain individuals. But on the positive, I think I was impressed with Harvey Elliott today. I thought he done brilliantly well against, this is Bayern Munich, this ain't no idiot team. And he held his own. I mean, but that's through momentum because he's been playing in the summer, England team. So yeah,
I want to talk on Diaz.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So so just look, it can get better. There's improvements. There needs to be improvements, and I think Jurgen Klopp would have looked at this game and think, okay, this is the toughest game that we've had in pre-season, and is his team up for it? Maybe forwards yet, midfield sorta, but with this thing that you said, K-Mac, if it is a serious injury, then it just leaves us with one new signing, which is a problem. But the kids did step up, but I don't know if they're going to get that opportunity in the big games.
Definitely. I think the McAllister injury thing it's not going to help the fan base because we're on edge knowing that they haven't done enough to get us ready for the season. The thing that is frustrating that anybody agreeing is like, okay, why are we waiting for? That part, that one, we need to talk more about that. Why are we waiting for? Pull the trigger, spend the money. I understand the tactical part of negotiation, which you can't just go spend the money because then every year, every team will use that against you. Just spend, hey, you got the money, you did it last year, But the thing that I understand the frustration is like, what the problem is. We can't, this is not at this time we cannot go around it, right? Klopp this mentioned, and we might as well just go into.
Can I talk about Diaz before we go into it?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I just want to touch on what Brian said. I totally agree. I don't think it's the end product which is the problem with Diaz. I just don't think he's a clever player. I don't think he's got the intelligence. Like, okay, he's had a good preseason and scored 2 goals, but my God, he gives the ball away so many times. My God, he tries a little trick or a flick on the edge of our own box. Like, it's not going to work. Like, for me, he doesn't start at all for Liverpool. He is literally an impact sub in the last 30 minutes. If we need to just like close the game off, maybe score a couple of goals, like if we're already up. But we cannot trust this player in possession because he is not good enough, and he is not good enough at track and back either. For as much as he does going forward, he does zero in going back and helping the team, and he's really, really unreliable for me. And this game we watched, like, for all the stuff he did in his own half, some of the stuff he did in our half was just, I mean, Klopp must have been pulling his hair out just watching him, because you just can't do that. Like, okay, you were playing a friendly, but it's still a pre-season friendly, which matters because that decides whether you're in the manager's thinking. And if you're trying to do daft things, which he did so many times in that half, and also against the other teams as well, he did exactly the same stuff. Like, he just doesn't seem to be learning, and that's a problem for me. Yeah, go on, sorry, mate.
I was going to ask you, when it comes to Diaz, is it us that are not finding his best attributes, or is it just like he's in a team that does not suit him right now? Because Diaz is a different type of player that we ever had.
I personally don't think he's a Liverpool player. Like, I just don't. Like, I don't think he suits our system. I don't think he suits the way we play. Like, he's nothing like Mane. He's nothing like Mane. Like, for me, he's too maverick. He's just not a Liverpool player. Like, I can see him in a I can see him in a Man United side, if I'm honest, or even a Chelsea side. But he just doesn't fit. He doesn't. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Like, even last season, when we signed him, and he like obviously exploded. I felt like that was just like, when you get like a new manager and you get a boost. Like, it's just a boost, like, because people don't know what's happening. People, teams don't know how to defend against him. He came in mid-season in his season, so he was already flying. And I felt like he just took that momentum into the season. And then you started to see the real him, like, say 10 games in. And I was like, I don't think he's a Liverpool player for me. Like,
okay. Now, let's go into the tactics part of this match.
Sorry, can I just quickly say something on that? Then we will go. I'll be very quick.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, K-Matt. Yeah, I respect a lot of things you say, and obviously it's your opinion. So, and we all allowed our opinions. I disagree. I disagree with certain things. I agree with a few, but there's certain things. I mean, I do think, in terms of the momentum, what you were saying, I agree with that 100%. But I do see him. He does come back. He's maybe, whether he's good or not is a different matter. But he does track back. He is a hard worker. He does make a few little mistakes, a few mistakes here or there. His end product for me is the biggest problem. With everything that he does, there needs to be a bit more, result from it, either a goal or a good assist or something like that. He is a maverick to a point, and I do see where you're getting that with. Maybe you could see him at like a Manchester United or a Chelsea, even an Arsenal. But I think you do sometimes need some kind of maverickish kind of players. I know Salah obviously is our main thing, but you need that balance in that team, one on the left, one on the right. But I do agree that he's not guaranteed starter. He shouldn't always be starting, maybe selected games and stuff like that. But No, I agree to a point and disagree. But
before
No, I agree
yeah,
as
go
well.
ahead.
I agree, as well. There are some circumstances. We're all entitled to our opinion, absolutely.
of course,
But for
yeah.
me, if we can bring him on,
Mhm.
as that type of player, then that's perfect. But I just don't see him as a structured player that's going to be a first teamer all the time for me. That's all.
I mean, I understand. One thing that I would say is he does track back sometimes. And then today I saw a couple of times that when he lose the ball, he didn't, you know, come back. He just jogged to space. But one thing that I'm a little bit concerned on the left side is today, Jota did not get enough of the ball. I think we are way too right-sided dominant. You see what I mean? Everything is give it the ball to Trent, let Salah do something, and then let's cross it from the other side to the left side, and then Jota, you run into it. Today, I was seeing that we were not creating on the left side like we were creating on the right side. And the thing that made us so dangerous when Mane, Salah, and Bobby was there is Bobby was able to split, he was fair enough to split the ball on both sides. We control the ball, and maybe it has to do with also with Gini able to recycle the ball on the left side and keep it on that side. But it seems like every time we get the ball, we move from left to right. Okay, Trent, do something. If Trent can't do it, give it to Salah. Salah, okay, you do something. If not, inshallah, cross it to the left side. Henderson is not here anymore, but we're still playing like he's here.
Yeah. The thing is, we've got Trent who can switch the play. Even Van Dijk to a point. I know Van Dijk's diagonals are normally at Salah. Yeah. To be fair, but Trent's got that vision where he can balance it. He needs to be very disciplined this year. I mean, we look at him as a young lad from Liverpool, and that he's not that young lad anymore. He's now he's now needing to grow. Yes, he's young still, obviously. Yeah. But he's got that ability now where he has to be in terms of games, the game awareness. You know what I mean? Like, if there's too much going on and Salah's not getting no joys, running into brick walls and that, you've got to use that left. And yes, it is. You noticed that today with Jota. I think we are blessed to have, and trust me, I'm not happy with what had happened today at points.
Yeah, no. I mean, let's be honest, Baz. Even with K-Mike, because trust me, I talked to K-Mike before he jumped in. We are all not happy with what we saw because it still gives us kind of a little bit of PTSD from last season. But still, we are being fair. Nobody can jump in here and say you guys are just attacking the team or
no, definitely not.
We're being fair, right?
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. I'm concerned. I'm not too concerned about our left or right, because if we do manage the games well, whoever we're playing, we have got the players. Because for example, if you see Salah on the right, okay, and we're always using Salah and we're a bit weak on the left, which has been like that for a couple of years since Mane's left for real. But what we've got is, if you're going to play someone like a Nunez on the left, I don't agree with that, but if you do play him on the left, at least you're going to get hustle and bustle. You're going to get some kind of like physicality on that left, and then you need a balance with Gakpo. If Gakpo plays in the middle, then obviously he can do a Bobby role in terms of do his bit, and then obviously like balance it. It's like a scale. When I'm looking at it, the scale is heavily on Salah's side, but we just need to balance it. And I think we have got the players. We just got in our game, our game management. We just have to look at the strengths and the weaknesses, because that's what Bayern Munich did in this game. They looked, in some of the goals, they were
very well balanced.
Yeah, but they looked at our weakness, which was
on the left side,
at the right.
On the right,
we got some goals from it. So basically, we need to be careful. We need to exploit people's weaknesses.
Now,
it's interesting. It's interesting
before you jump in.
Yeah, go
on. The question on the screen. Can you at least give an insight to the question that our chat member had just asked?
Look. I don't think a DM is going to fix us. Okay, I'm going to say it now. A DM is not going to fix our issues. Like everybody's banking on this Lavia to come and save our season, because we are going to ship loads of goals if we carry on the way we do. And a DM isn't going to save us. It is the formation. It is the tactics. It's the structure. It's the left back and the right back inverted. It's the issue. We watched it last season. It started to creep in towards the end. And I was sat there thinking, it's only going to take a switched-on manager to go, you know what? We're going to drag all their players over to the left-hand side, yeah, and then we're going to play a right-hand diagonal, and they're all going to be lopsided, and we're just going to run straight in. And it happened today. And
we get hit on the counter-attack. We get hit on the counter-attack every single time we do that. That is also my concern.
Before you say that, sorry, but if you look at Kimmich today, he's an example of Kimmich was brilliant today. And if you look at, if we do have a DM, yes, you know, we had some mistakes in the back. Obviously, it's a problem. It's a system problem for real. I agree with that. But if you do get a DM in, a good DM in, it can, you know, that guy is going to read the danger. That's what we need. We need that midfield solid enough so our defense, even though it's shit at the minute, not shit, but it's not great at the minute. Yeah, you know, at least they get that experience, that cover, the one that will just not give the defenders an opportunity to defend. Right. You know, in some ways.
I mean, had a good game today, by the way.
What's that?
Curtis Jones played well today as a DM.
No, Curtis Jones on the ball. I mean, and I want Uncle Albert. I don't know why he has us watching his ear.
He's listening.
I was trying to listen to Klopp, but he's not worth listening to. So let's go on.
I didn't hear what you said, but Ozan said that the goals, 2 of their goals were offside. I think the first one maybe, but that's here or there. Like I said, we are not worrying about too much on the goals because this is still preseason, right? It's the pattern of plays. That's what I'm more concerned about. How we play offensively and how we play defensively. K-Mac just mentioned Curtis. Curtis on the ball was good. You know, when he has the ball, he's very hard. You know, he has that. I wouldn't say he's fully like they call it press resistance. But a lot of times, I think he circled himself way too many times, which kills off our attack because our attack is instinct. When we get the ball, it has to go right away. If you hold the ball a split more seconds than that, you kill our attack. The thing that I'm concerned with Curtis is the defensive side because he was not seeing the transitions of what Bayern was doing.
He's not a defensive midfielder.
Exactly, and that's what Klopp said himself, but this is where I tend to agree with the frustration of the fan base, which is, you know, the problem. Why haven't you fixed it? We know that Henderson and Fab was going. Even if Henderson and Fab was not going to go, we needed.
Quasi, you can't stop the DM. Can't stop the balls that they played today. You can't.
No, I mean
unless he's 15 foot tall, because the balls just got lobbed over them. The ball's got lobbed over our midfield. And
you're right.
Completely didn't have anybody on the left or right hand side of the pitch.
That's what Baz is saying.
K-Mac, our problems.
One second, Uncle, real quick. Let me jump in on what K-Mac said. That's what Baz was saying. He said, if we have a proper DM, he will be able to snip certain spaces. Yes, you're right. I mean, the crosses were perfect. These guys know how to switch, right? But when the ball touched the ground, our defensive setup is 2 center back just standing there on their own, and we are way too wide. So you need a DM who'll be able to tell Trent and what's his name? Trent and Robo, tack in a little bit, or even the 8. You guys are way too far apart because when we get hit on the counter attack is going to happen, whether you like it or not. This is football.
With the DM. That's to do with the tactics and the structure. Like, just
but if you know,
right back. If you're playing a right back, play as a fucking right back. If you're playing as a left back, play as a left back. Like, you can't play with no left back or right back against Bayern Munich. You just can't.
I agree, but today even if you see
2 fantastic wingers,
and that's why the inverted didn't work today. That's why Trent could not go inside because, and then. We will talk about that, but Uncle, go ahead. I apologize. I cut you off when you're going to say
our problems are multifaceted. It's not just DM. It's Trent's positioning. It's Robertson's positioning, right? In the defensive transition. and compound that with the fact that we have somebody playing as a defensive midfielder who is not a defensive midfielder. Now, let me take the first goal. As soon as that space becomes vacant when Trent is going walkabout, instinctively, a Thomas Partey or a Caicedo or a Casemiro covers that space. So you don't get to expose Matip alone. Granted, the first goal was offside. It was miles offside. But I'm just saying that given that it wasn't offside and the referee didn't call it, that space needs to be covered. So transpose and imagine that we are going to play against Nicholas Jackson, Nkunku, and Modric. Do you think Pochettino is not watching? Do you honestly think Poch is not watching that? Then let's talk about the lack of defensive cover for the goalkeeper. For as much as you can talk about offsides, if Alisson had not been Alisson, I counted 6 point blank saves that Alisson made. 6. 6. How many of that goes in on another day?
Now, okay, I'm gonna push you back on that, Uncle. I'm gonna push you back based on yesterday what you said. We said the same thing if we play Bayern, and the amount of chances that Leicester get, if Bayern gets the same chances, they're gonna kill us. Alisson, this is the thing. That's why when it comes to Alisson, I tell people, don't talk goalies if you're gonna call Ramsdale a goalie when you're talking about Alisson. Alisson will do what Alisson does. And personally, I'm glad he got those chances because he needs some form of training, right? The concern is why are we making it look like it's too easy for other teams to get so many chances? Because this is the thing. When Liverpool was at its best, teams were still creating chances. This is football. People are going to create chances.
Everybody's going to create chances.
Yes. So my concern is
Alisson,
when it comes to Liverpool, it's too easy.
Alisson punches a ball back into play. Where is that person to hook it away? Where was Robertson?
Okay.
That's all I'm asking.
That was a terrible.
That's what I'm asking. That when
no
the goalkeeper, when the goalkeeper has actually made the save,
yes,
where is that person to hook it away? So I'm saying that the problems are multidimensional.
Right.
But K-Mac, if you have a defensive midfielder who is calling the shape when we are in defensive transition, these errors are less.
Yes.
I agree with that.
I don't disagree with that.
That's what my point was.
Okay. So we need to write. So you know what? We need to write a check for a defensive midfielder. End of story. Because I'm telling you guys, mark it anywhere. You are giving gravy. You are giving bisto and pork chops to Nkunku and Modric and Nicholas Jackson at Stamford Bridge. As good as our forwards are, and I've been telling you guys this thing since the start of the preseason. Our forwards will always score goals. Okay, our forwards will always score goals. You can't do anything. If you guys are stats people and you don't even need to be a statistics person to imbibe this, we have scored how many goals? 4, 4, and 3. That means we will always score goals.
You know, can I just quickly add something?
And we've considered how much? 2, 4, and 3. We've considered 10 goals.
The thing is,
sorry. Yeah, we've considered 10 goals. So that should tell you that we consider as well. So the defensive transition, if taken care of, takes at least 3 to 4 of those goals off our charts. The other stuff has to do with the positioning of Robertson, and Trent has to be told that he cannot simply go walk about simply because he is inverted. And you know, when he was
Uncle, before Baz jump in. But this is what LFC fans were loving him in the last 10 games of last season.
No, you're not listening to me. I'm not saying that the inverted is not good. I'm saying that when we do invert, the shape of the back line has to be compacted. Okay. So he simply cannot sit out there and expect somebody to do his job.
Right, but then K-Mac, this is what K-Mac will tell you. K-Mac will also say it has to do with the tactics.
Yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't have to do with the tactics, because every time we have had the change of shape during the second half, we have felt a little bit more secure.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying? The fourth goal, that boy was offside, but it was unstoppable. Not if you put 10 goalkeepers in the net, they don't stop that.
Yeah.
Okay. If you put all the goalkeepers we brought to Singapore in the net, nobody stops that. So, but in a match situation, that guy is called for offside. Right. But that's not the point. The point I'm making is this, my brother. We have Nkunku, Mudryk, and Nicholas Jackson. I'm not even talking about Sterling yet to take care of. Okay? If you don't take care of them, they will punish you.
Yeah, but that's Uncle. That's every team. We said the same thing about Bayern coming in. So let K-Mac say what you want to say.
And guess what? Before I
can I just touch on something?
Before I keep quiet, Bayern is the first serious team we've met.
And we need more. I agree with you. I think we need one more before Chelsea. We need one good team.
Can I just touch on something?
Yes.
And it's kind of following on from Albert as well. It's the whole look at the end of the day, Trent is an incredible passer of the ball. Okay, he's an incredible creator. Yeah, he works hard. All of those amazing things. But I'm sorry, guys. If his own fucking manager is telling him that he doesn't need to defend in the team, then what is he going to do? He's not going to defend. He's got no idea what is going on behind him in any match. Seriously. Because he's not looking behind him. Because he's been told by his own boss he's not in the team to defend. He's in the team to create.
Do you think that
provide goals?
K-Mac, and I think Baz,
he's just not going to do it.
You could also answer
in the inverted right back role, where he is a right back, he's just going to go walkabouts. Like today, he was on the left-hand side. I could hear the commentator saying, "Why is Trent over there?" Like the commentator said it on in the match, and the other commentator was like, I don't know, maybe it's because like they switched over or something." And I was just
K-Mac,
walking about again.
K-Mac, let me say something. Let me say something for Klopp. Jurgen Klopp has said during this window that the whole team should defend from the front. So how does that exclude Trent? He said it numerous times. He's just said it.
But
2 minutes ago.
The thing is, this is the thing, guys. We played. He played Matip instead of Konate, which I think was also part of the problem. That's why Trent was struggling today. Matip is a good defender when we are in the flat four, right?
Oh no, Quasi Konate was shocking in the second half.
Who?
Konate was shocking in the second half.
No, I understand that.
By Konate at all in preseason.
But you see, we played. There was a lot of deficiencies in the team, which isolate.
Kwesi, Konate was shocking.
Let me finish. Yeah, I got that.
Because VVD was not directing him. He was.
That one I disagree.
I really worry for him this season. I really do, honestly.
And that one, if
he's going to be the scapegoat, he's going to be the scapegoat this season. It's not going to be Trent, because Trent walks on water and he's the inverted right back. It's going to be Paul Konate that's going to be the scapegoat this season.
But then Konate was having a struggle the same way Matip was. So that means it has to deal with the formation, which Baz have said, I don't like this inverted
stuff. The right side centre back. It's always the right-sided centre back.
That does because I mean, the beginning of the preseason, the left side was struggling too.
Look, can I just add some stuff on this? Yeah. So look, let's just deep it for a second. Yeah. Now, I know these players weren't great, but we lost around 10 to 12 years worth of experience, all right, in those two players that had left. Now, I do believe we need a DM because it doesn't fully rectify the problem, but what it does is it reduces the problem. The defending, the inverted thing, as I said, I don't like it because it leaves us vulnerable. If we've got solid, and I mean solid defenders, yeah, you may have a chance. But what happens is when one of these guys goes forward, yeah, what happens is your DM is gonna, like Albert said, all right, it's gonna basically marshal or just be in there as protection. Now, the thing is, all right, we have a big problem in this now because you know what I'm concerned about? Lavia. Now, the thing is, yes, Lavia is a DM. We need an experienced guy there, an experienced guy. I'm talking around the 26, 27 who's played games, not one that's just like promising, right? Because we get Lavia in, that's a problem because our defenders, which a lot of them were bad today. And, you know, positional awareness, Trent doing his same thing as K-Max alluded to, you know, it's a huge problem. And I'm not liking it because what Uncle Albert said is true. That we can. I'm not thinking about the season. I'm thinking about the game coming up against Chelsea. Yeah, those guys are going to blitz us if we don't get this sorted. And Klopp knows this. And I'm not going to do the Klopp thing today. But come on, at the end of the day, right? We need to be. We need to be looking at players.
Baz, real quick, Klopp just said that it was a knee on knee. He could have played on, but it was too painful. That's why he took him out.
At least he's been protective, and you know it's not
as serious as it's not as serious as we feared. So
look at K-Mac and look at you. You both put your fingers like that because you're obviously relieved, which is
I mean, I told you we got PTSD.
It's incredible that we are so thankful to have that one player.
I'm making the sign of the cross.
My problem is the midfield that we've only had two players in. Every game when that guy drops down or Szoboszlai drops down or Trent drops down, what happens then? It's a
Guys,
problem.
You know my man of the match today, it was Szoboszlai.
Yeah, I was going to talk about him. Except that
our
kid man
Virgil was
did not spell his name right.
I thought the
What's up? I love today. Honestly, I'm going to tell you guys this. I love what Virgil did today. Virgil was
excellent, but Virgil was excellent. But I'm talking about being surprised at the level of slack that Szoboszlai picked up for Curtis.
I said that when we played.
Prepared to do what I love most in a midfielder, prepared to take a foul, do tactical fouls.
How many
did he do?
I love that.
And it's not even that, Uncle. Uncle, look at it this way too. There's a game that he plays that a lot of people don't, because everybody wants to see him dribble. Even the commentator against Leicester said, he said, unless he dribbled 10 people and score a goal, nobody's going to realize how good this guy is. This guy stops the play before it even happens a lot of time. He intercepts a lot.
Him and Mac did it today. They were brilliant. They were doing tactical fouls. They were just playing really well.
They did very well.
Because possession is defense. When you possess the ball, you are defending because the other guys can't do anything. That is what we had. You see, listen, as much as I like to hit on Klopp, in this instance, the people who should write the fucking checks should write them fucking checks. Okay? I disagree with this notion completely that Lavia is too young. How much were we prepared to go and pay for Bellingham? How old is Bellingham?
Bellingham is a different player, though.
That's a different position, too.
No, yes. But I'm saying that like Graham Souness always says, if he's good enough, he's old enough.
But he's not good enough. He's not proven.
Remember, Lavia was not even going to start. Lavia was not going to start.
Kwesi.
We just need a body in. I'm
Kwesi,
sorry.
Lavia,
we need a body in.
Or Lavia or Andre Trinidad.
Neither.
Gives us better options in the DM.
No, we get that. But
that's it.
It's still not going to be the fix right now.
Yeah, Baz, my argument is that seeing that we are not going to get Caicedo, who resolves all these problems. Caicedo fixes everything. Caicedo, you don't even need a fucking left-sided centre back. Okay, we are not going to get Caicedo. I'm saying that, seeing that we are not going to do, then let's go and get fucking Alex Scott. Let's go and get Alex Scott.
I agree.
I'm saying
I've liked
that
Alex Scott for ages
Jones,
as well.
Curtis Jones cannot. You see, I like Curtis Jones's emancipation this towards the end of last season so much. I don't want us to find a new villain. Let me make a bold prediction. Give him 5 matches in that position into the season, he becomes the new villain. Because Robertson will escape blame.
And Canate.
Trent will
guys
never
keep talking. I'll be back. Okay.
Right. Trent will never be blamed. He'll never be blamed. Right?
He'll be blamed by the media, but he won't be blamed by the fans.
No,
exactly. I'll be blaming him for sure.
But for me, look, guys. For me, the Lavia thing, just get it done. Southampton won
he's not
50
going to
million.
make a difference. He's not going to make a difference
50 million.
In numbers for sure. Yes, he'll have an option there. But the thing is, no one wants to see this guy settle. They want him right there and now. And he's not going to do it.
Baz, the issue at stake has to do with the options we have. We have 0 options at this time.
Yeah, but Amrabat is a better player. He's a better.
You are not getting Amrabat, Baz, because Amrabat doesn't want to come to Liverpool. You know why? Because you guys fucked him up.
Yeah.
Do you remember what we did to him in January? We told him he was coming after the World Cup. Klopp spoke to him. Klopp spoke to his brother, and we never fucking came.
Then, all right. Besides Amrabat, there's other players that are experienced out there that we can
get somebody then.
Yeah,
somebody, Adams. Not Curtis Jones.
This is my point.
Adams.
Curtis Jones, I totally agree with you, Uncle Albert. There's no room for him in DM, in my opinion, because it spoils the player that he is, because he was better where he was last season than DM. He does not have a defensive brain in him. Yeah, for sure. I 100% agree. But we do need an experienced a DM. Lavia, I love Lavia. But you know what? If we were a team that was, I don't know, say a top 6 team, and there's not much expectations except a Carling Cup or something, yeah? Then yes, I can get it. You bring him in, you give him the experience, he'll become an epic player at some point, for sure. But right now, everyone, and this is why I say we need to lower our expectations, because we're not that team just yet, yeah? But until you get, a proper team in, yeah, we cannot say we are challenging for no leagues, no this, no that, no nothing. We need players in that are going to do the job now. And that is the problem.
But Baz, do we need those players in, or we just need to change our formation?
No, our formation's a problem. Yeah, but our formation is a problem for sure. I agree.
This box 4 is not working.
Yeah, but we
keep on playing these inverted left back and right
back. K-Mac,
we need. Sorry,
our problems are multifaceted, but given where we are, right? Given where we are now, how do we plug the leak? It's like a snake has bitten you. You need a tourniquet or whatever it is called to stop the poison from traveling up. So you take your handkerchief or remove your socks or something and tie the wound until you get to the hospital. Given where we are now, right? Lack of a DM and a proper center back to man that defensive transition is a problem, right? Let me ask you a question. Do you think if Nathan Ake is playing where Robertson is playing, do you think that what's happening happens?
No.
Do you think if Akanji is playing, that happens? No.
Albert, I even think if Harry Maguire is playing there, that's not happening. All right.
You're right.
That's how fucking bad it is.
You're right. And I'm telling you,
we need experience. That's the thing.
Listen, Baz, my brothers, Baz and K-Mac, if you are not hypertensive like me, great. But if you are against Mudryk, Nkunku, Jackson, and Sterling, get your pills. Put it by you. Get a nice bottle of spring water. Put it by you and get some toilet roll as well.
So that's what I'm saying. Lavia will get blitzed by someone like him through the experience, not just the youthfulness. Yes, he might challenge, but bro, you can have so many fresh legs, but without the experience. Yeah, and these players, and Nkunku is no joke. So when you're talking about like having, if you had to say, for example, I know it's possible. I know it's not going to happen. Yeah, but say if we got someone like a Kimmich, yeah, are you trying to tell me Nkunku gets a free game?
No, he doesn't. Of
That's
course
right.
not. But the thing is, you're
He's
not getting Kimmich. First of all, you can't pay him, and you can't pay
No,
for
I
him.
know that, but that's what I'm trying to say. We're not going to get him.
Name some of the players then, because these players are way out of sight.
But didn't you realize that? Didn't you realize that
there are players out there? There are 26-year-olds and 27-year-olds in Germany or in France, so like that. That's got legs.
Name some of them. Name some of them, because we're not targeted with any.
You guys really want a plug and play DM? Go and get Ibrahim Sangare.
Sangare's there.
Yep.
Tino Luiz is there.
How much is he costing?
Sangare is under 30 million pounds.
That's my point. That's my point. He's an experienced player, yeah. He's played more games than Lavia has, yeah, and he's a perfect solution. If you
at this point, I'm even looking at Frank Kessie.
Wasn't Thomas Partey available?
They won't sell him. They won't sell him.
No, Partey for me, no thanks. He's too injured.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying the players.
Baz, I will take him right now without even thinking. But Arsenal won't sell him. You know,
I'd even take it Didi from Leicester. You know, I'd even take him.
They try to offload. Of course, I'll take him Didi. Any day.
Didi as well.
They try to offload him to Saudi Arabia. Then after the first match that Rice was exposed by Man United, they pulled him off the market. And now they are starting him. They pulled him off the market instantly. They said they're not even touching. Look, folks, the modern game, as it is. Let's even just go Aston Villa. How do you think Moussa Diaby is going to fare against us?
Oh my God!
Blitz us, mate.
Are you
Preseason, he looks incredible.
He's going to blitz.
Moussa Diaby.
I'd even look at their DM.
Oli Watkins has been giving us trouble his whole life. Do you think with Moussa Diaby behind him and the guy we refuse to take on the free, Yuri Tillemans, they are going to fuck us up? Yeah, and we have them fourth.
Yeah, it's a problem.
And then there's Newcastle. How do you fare against Guimaraes, Joe Linton? Have you forgotten about Isak? For me, Isak is the best striker in our game right now. If you take out this guy, if you take out Harry Kane, Isak is the best striker in the EPL. If you take out this guy, if you take out Harry Kane, because he can also drop deep, he can go on the wing. He creates so much problems.
We have an internal problem. That's the thing. No matter what.
And then they have Almiron. Who always plays well against Liverpool.
I've got to go, guys. All right, I'll catch up with you soon, though.
See you later,
okay,
man. Okay. The problem, Uncle Albert, yeah, is it's an internal problem. It's an internal problem because no matter what we're going to do, we've identified all these players. Liverpool have always identified these players, but that's the word, identify. Never done anything about it, and now they're beyond us. This is
exploring.
Yeah.
Do you know that at the last count we had been linked with 70 footballers in the last year alone?
Yeah,
70. It's pathetic. Exploring, linked, inquired. This, but I'm just hearing, and I just read that we have actually put in a bid for Andre.
I don't even believe that. And even if we do,
it's probably true. I'll tell you why I believe it. Because this guy has assumed agency for him, Jorge Mendes.
Well, if that's the case, so I obviously you talked about like an option, and I agree with totally what you say. We do need options in there, but I just don't know if these guys are going to be the right ones.
Listen, Baz, I'm telling you this right now. Any specialist DM creates less avenues for us to be run over.
I agree.
I think that the excuse that somebody is not proven is an idiotic excuse.
I don't know.
Football. No, I'll tell you why it's an idiotic excuse. Because there are several times when players just walked into the team and they did it. Luis Diaz just did it. What's his name? Fabinho did it. He walked into our team. He did it.
Fabinho didn't really, though, did he? Because he was in France and then he came here and he spent a little while before he started. Because he had to get into the Klopp way of playing first initially.
Yeah, but he slotted into the midfield. I'm saying, look, let me tell you why Curtis Jones is a problem in the midfield. I'll tell you why. He takes too many touches.
Yeah.
No defensive, but you can't blame him. That's his instinct. Mm-hmm. So I don't see Curtis Jones, even if we were to school him to become a DM, Curtis Jones has to play some practice matches. He has to play some cup matches as a DM.
It's like It's like me telling to you, Uncle Albert, from now on from today, you are a Manchester United fan. It's not in your DNA, it's not in your blood. It will never happen, no matter what.
That's not gonna happen. You know, that's a different fucking type of.
No, but Curtis Jones will never ever be a DM, no matter how much you school.
I'd rather be an Undertaker than be in Manchester United. So.
Absolutely. So this is it. So Curtis Jones will not be a DM, and I don't know what Jurgen Klopp is thinking. He's trying to do things on a cheap. Because if Curtis Jones did play a few games,
but what option does he have? He doesn't write the checks. You see, sometimes.
Yeah, but he needs to kick this door down. This is why I get so angry at Uncle Albert. Yeah, because the thing is, if he don't kick that door down, yeah, the man has no ambition. He needs to leave the club.
How do you know he's not though?
Because he's still at the club and his name is getting tarnished each year.
Have you realized that unlike Jurgen Klopp, we know he's beginning to put stuff out in the media?
I don't, even that I'm not interested in. If you're a man, you know how we talk as big people, right? If you're a man, you show your card. You don't show your cards. But the thing with him, okay, if you're not happy in a position you are, if I'm at a job and I don't like what's going on, I have the right as a human being to walk away. He needs to walk away.
What's happened?
These little talks about these little things in the media. That's nothing. That's nothing for me.
I'm with you. The only thing is, like I always say, I always deal with the practicality of stuff. Mm-hmm. Nobody can convince me that Klopp is just going to walk away from a £50 million a year job.
Yeah, but he can get another job. That's the thing. He can get another job at that price. He can go to Saudi Arabia and become and get 200 million a year if he wanted to.
I agree with you, but let's go back to the issue at hand. Listen, we absolutely need to get a defensive midfielder. Mm-hmm. Whether it's Andre Trinidad, whether it's Lavia, whether it's Uncle Albert, whether it's Kwesi Bold, whether
Thank
it's
you so much. I got good 15 minutes in me.
As long as there's DM written on your forehead, plug him in there. At this point, I'm telling you guys, I'm taking Ward-Prowse. I'm telling you that right now.
Can he play DM? Sign him up.
because you know a statistic that I read the other day, a few days ago, Ward-Prowse ran more miles than any footballer in the EPL last year.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm taking anybody.
Okay. So I have a good question, guys. The thing is, I think we know what the issue is, but it's not as bad as everybody is making it. Just because we lost, right? Let's be honest. Towards the end, it was just the kids.
The kids had a lot of clout about them today. You see Doak today.
Doak is a big. He's a big time. That kid is a big time, and I'm very impressed. Especially
Kwanzaa also saved another goal-bound situation.
Yeah, the kids. I think they are ready. They just need consistent game time.
Bobby Clark played very well.
I have changed my mind on him too. He's a. Bobby, I think Bobby can stay with the team and get some minutes, fight his way into the team. Because if we do get a DM, Curtis needs to watch out. Bobby might take him.
Shouldn't actually Bobby Clark rather start as the DM because he's a natural DM?
He's too young. He's too young. The thing with Curtis is,
Kwesi,
Curtis is more mature.
I was just telling Baz, just before you came, that if the dude is good enough, he's old enough.
No, it's not that. But that is the thing, though. There's also the maturity that you put him in there.
I agree. I'm saying that. And
the experience. Curtis got way more experience than he did.
Yeah, but Curtis was exposed so many times in the midfield today. It was uncountable.
That one is not his fault.
It's not his fault. I am with you.
Yeah, it
couldn't be his fault. You can't tell a guy who makes wine to go and brew beer. Hey, you can't do that.
Sometimes they make good beer. But right? Like I was saying, guys,
you can't tell a farmer to enter the butcher shop and sell meat. He won't know how to do it.
Mm-hmm. But guys, Uncle, and I think you watch most of the game. Yes, there is some deficiency about Liverpool. And I think our problem can be easily be fixed, right? We get the right DM and Klopp makes a few tactical changes. You know that inverted thing should not be played every single game.
No,
if you do that, we're going to get killed. You know?
Of course it shouldn't. But you have a Trent who has openly stated and gone into the media and said, I don't want to play fullback.
Yeah, but the problem is so easy. Go and play him in midfield and go buy a right back. Simple.
That's it.
Exactly.
But why is he not doing that?
Or Buzz, even more simple. Make that 3-back static. Mm-hmm. Make it a static 3-back. That means you need to get rid of fucking Robertson. Mm-hmm. That's what he doesn't want to do. Look, the whole reason why Klopp hasn't bought a left-sided defender yet is because he knows he buys an elite Inacio, Robertson has to sit. That's it.
But that part, he has to make that decision. You can't be sentimental anymore. He said himself, I can't do that.
He's not making that decision. But because you can't buy Ignacio. Listen, you can't buy Ignacio, you can't buy pair shoes, you can't buy any of those guys and then say that, or buy Josko Guardiola and say that Robertson should sit down and say that they should sit on the bench for Robertson to play. You know that ain't gonna happen.
Uncle Albert, the comment on the screen.
Yeah.
If I try to help this, our friend Ashley, he's gonna say I'm too positive.
Let me read it. I don't have my glasses.
I'll read it for you. This Liverpool team will get battered next season. I don't have any faith in these players to even get top 4.
They will be battered by any team that has fast wingers and fast midfielders. If we are playing a team that wants to play the low block against us, that team is in trouble. Mm-hmm. Because it means that Trent is going to do these things all these days. Mm-hmm. Now we have Szoboszlai and Alexis. Alexis can put that pass through, and Szoboszlai can test the goalkeeper from distance. Alexis can do that too.
And the thing is, this is the part. Yes, I know people are so focused on the scoreline, right? But the way we did to Bayern, especially that first goal, right? It could have been 2-0 if Salah had put in his chances in, right?
But it was 2-0.
No. I'm talking about when Gakpo scored. We made another chance. We created another chance.
I'm glad you bring that up. Mm-hmm. This preseason, how many times have we been up 3-1, 2-0, and the opposition have clawed back the game? Mm-hmm. Remember even the 4-2? Mm-hmm. What happened? That's becoming another pattern.
Yeah, but that's part of the preseason.
Every year,
we have to knock out.
Every year we acquire a negative pattern.
But that's because change of tactics. When you change tactics, the old one has to go. And it's supposed to be.
Agree.
It's supposed to be because if, like Baz says earlier, and K-Mark also said earlier, we can't keep having the same problem of last season again, and which Bayern find those deficiencies, right?
And adding more problems now.
And that's why I would disagree with K-Mark when he said a DM will not, and I'm glad that Baz, jumped on him on that one. If we do get the right DM, the system is going to work. I see people just need to understand Bayern is the Champions League team. They are that good. Respect Bayern. Don't just jump on Liverpool and think that Bayern just exposed our deficiency.
No, but what did I say? I said that Bayern is the first real team we've met.
And we need another team like that. At least one more before Chelsea.
The next team we are going to play is also a Bundesliga team. Darmstadt is also a Bundesliga team.
Yes.
They are not Bundesliga 2. People think they are Bundesliga 2. I don't know what they are thinking. They are a Bundesliga team.
We need a team like that, Uncle. We need a team like that because it hurts you for the next season.
Like I said earlier on, all right, this is the first experience. This is the first game we've had of any like greatness, yeah, in this pre-season, yeah, and we've seen the same problems. Forwards, we're okay. Midfield, we're sort of okay. DM, we have a problem. Defense is all over the place.
Yes.
It's a problem. And Ali saving us. And that last goal, listen, world-class goal. This guy, that's worthy of winning any game. But that's what's going to happen if we don't sort out that defense and that DM for sure. But the thing is, we're trying to make Klopp's life easier here. Okay, instead of having these headaches and these sleepless nights, all right, in a hot climate in Singapore, yeah. If you got this issue at the back, yeah. You know what? Make a decision now, mate. Play Trent in midfield if you believe that's the place for him. Go buy a right back. You can get a good James Ward-Prowse, not James Ward-Prowse. Sorry, Kyle Walker-Peters. Yeah, you negotiate for him. You have no problems. You've got a midfielder now. You've got a defender now, and you play the same way as before. And you know what? You don't leak goals. You have an extra guy at the back, or go and buy flipping world-class DM or something like that. Yeah, and you know what? He will bring you that leadership. He'll bring you that master thing. Even the Van Dijks of this world, as brilliant as he is, yeah. Today, I don't agree. He was the man of match for me because a couple of the goals he were to blame. I think, even though he's a great he's a good captain, yeah, he's a great player, yeah. He's someone that is making mistakes on a constant now. Not huge mistakes, but sometimes 1 or 2 goal games ones that we could still score goal and we win. But there was a mistake at the back, and it's come from him. Ibu, I don't trust Ibu, and I don't mean in a bad way. It's just obviously last year was his most of the games that he played. He's come for Liverpool, and he's doing 2-man job. He's going to get injured all the time, and that's a problem.
And that has to do with the tactics that the manager needs to fix. Today, I don't think Virgil made any mistake. One of the goals was magic, but that was an offside. But
not the last goal, the goal before that. They got Van Dijk just let was it Sane's goal? Sane's goal. I think he should have been a bit more.
Sane's goal. That was Robertson. What was Robertson?
That was Robertson.
It was another game then. There were another goal then. But there was
there was a game that
the third goal that was scored. He wasn't on the pitch,
There was
the third goal that was scored. Van Dijk wasn't on the pitch.
There was one that he was to blame, and he was on the pitch on that one. I'm not sure.
There's a game at the beginning of the preseason that we were like, Dijk, what are you doing?
Okay, but all right. So if we forget this game, that game, that situation was a problem, and it wasn't even a world-class team we played against.
Right.
So this is a something that you don't raise your eyebrow because obviously he's a great defender and a great leader, but you have to just look at these things because the Van Dijk from a few years ago is not there anymore, and we need to be realistic about it. Great goal, great defender, great leader, great everything, But come on, man. Uncle Albert was probably listen, he could probably draw people like Serena Williams and all that back in his heyday and stuff like that. But sometimes you've got to appreciate, when you get to that age, you're just calm, you're just relaxed, you're paid well. Like Van Dijk's paid well. Uncle Albert's sitting in his nice leather sofa. He's relaxed. He's good. He doesn't need to go and do anything anymore. And I think Van Dijk, yes, he's got that captain role, but let's face it, he was always captain at Liverpool when Henderson wasn't getting games or Milner wasn't on the team. He was always a captain. He's got that leadership skills. He's always had it. But now we just need to be realistic and look at, looking at replacing, because I know I keep going on about this, all right, and I know it's not likely to happen. But, we do need to look at the future, especially for someone like him, because he's going to be a great miss when he does eventually retire or eventually picks up another serious injury. All right. We need to look at your Gravendals of this world or your good quality up and coming. That's going to be the stature, the heir of the throne of Van Dijk. But if we don't do that, which is what we always do, we're going to have a problem consistently. And our defense, They need to tighten up, man. Whether it's tactical, whether it's whether it's not tactical, and just training, you need to do it, because if you don't do it, we're gonna have games like this. Today, I don't even think we played that bad. I don't think
we didn't play that bad. That's the thing. That's why I said the scoreline is causing a lot of fans to be reactionary.
It's just it's just a defense. There was a few little mistakes here and
defense, there. Now the thing is, you have to appreciate the opposition that we played. They got great kids who have played very well. They challenged us. But the thing that I am optimistic about is Liverpool is a dangerous team.
Yeah.
The problem is, we all know the problem. I don't need Uncle Albert to come back and tell me the same thing 200 times. It's the DM, right? The tactics is not there yet, and Klopp needs to figure out when he's going to use certain tactics.
Do you know what, Kwasi? Yeah, you see what had happened last year. Okay, you know this for me personally. I don't know about you two, yeah. But this inverted thing, yeah. For me, that was like one of those, like, you've hurt yourself in a supermarket, yeah. They will give you first aid. They'll just put a plaster on it and just quickly check you, and then they send you on to a professional, yeah, as the ambulance hospital. That is what our problem was last year. We didn't have creativity. We didn't have legs in midfield. So what they did is they put Trent, who can play in midfield, yeah, and can create, yeah. They put that sellotape on the team, or that plaster on the team, and got them as best as they can. This year, okay, it starts as 0 points. No one's got any points right now. This year, what you need to do is have the right solution. And this inverted thing is a temporary thing. You put in a game, like, I don't know, 70 minutes in, if you don't have the right players on, or you don't have enough creativity and you need a Trent or something like that. This is when you play someone like in an inverted role on the 70th minute, on the 60th minute. You don't start off with something like that, because teams are going to look.
Or if you have a team that's intentionally doing a low block.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Absolutely, Uncle. And so that's why when you look at teams like Bayern Munich, and listen, they've got a brilliant team, but there's other teams out there, like Uncle Albert said, with pacey players, wingers and attackers in that, yeah. They're going to look and think, where is Liverpool's weakness? It's still that right back row. Let's just play around there. And you know what? They're going to get results if Van Dijk's of this world, or Matip, or whoever's playing in. You get a tricky winger. He's going to cut it back. Everyone's drawn to the ball, drawn to the player, and someone in the box is going to be unmarked, and bam, that's a goal. And then we're going to have to expect our strikers to win the games for us, but we'll have that problem: 5-3, 3-1, or 2-3-2. It's not comfortable, man.
And that's the one that I don't want, because then you're gonna be on the edge every day. You sweating.
Get used to it, brother. Get used to it. Unfortunately.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say this. I'm excited, because one thing, we have to be honest. We are not gonna be playing Bayern Munich every season. Every game. I've done my best. That's why yesterday, me and Uncle Albert was going back and forth with each other. It's like, I don't want to worry about the rivals yet, because I'm focusing on Liverpool right now. When we get there, then we will talk about the rivals. But right now, Liverpool needs to fix that DM position, fix that the concern that you were talking, because I know today you were on point about what you said. It's yes, the scoreline makes everybody frustrated, but then when you go back and you watch it again, you're like, was it that really bad? Because Bayern was also under threat. Yeah, they have more of the ball. That's fine. We have shown that we don't need the ball to score goals. We will hit you in the counter attack. The two goals that we scored, the Gakpo one,
yeah,
and then the Diaz one. It's like those two guys disappeared, and then bang, they started the ball, and then the goal came in. So I think we're gonna be fine. The kids, I'm very, very glad with Bobby. Doak, Clark, and Kwanzaa. But I believe that Doak and Kwanzaa need consistent game for a whole year straight. I will be open for them to go to a team outside England to go play some consistent football.
The problem on Kwasi with that, Kwasi, yeah, is remember a few shows back when we were talking about our loans and how
yes.
This is the problem. These players, they look great. Yeah. Every player has its intention. He wants to come in, he wants to impress, he wants to get into that team. You do get some hungry players.
Right.
The problem is you see all these players now. Wait till we play in November and December and them kind of times there, yeah. These players won't be around. Unfortunately, their form would have dropped. They were excited. They wanted something to prove, but then they know they're never going to get the games. This is the problem. If we're guaranteed to give our youngsters some opportunities to play, then yes, then these players are going to be up for it. They're going to think, well, I've got a chance here. But someone like a Kwanzaa, if he plays in, and even someone like say a Robertson or a Van Dijk or a Kanate or someone doesn't play well, this guy's going to think, well, I'm not playing. I'm not going to get a game even if I play well. What's the point?
Right.
And that's what happens.
And that's why I'm saying, like, somebody like Clark, I can see Clark getting some Europa games and some Carabao Cup games, right? Doak is not going to get that much game. Salah is never injured unless Klopp decides to manage Salah very well. And even then, you still have Szoboszlai and Elliot.
I think Salah should sit his ass down some games. He didn't play well today.
Yeah, Salah, he didn't. We played against Bayern. He should have shown more to let Bayern know that I'm still him, right? But I don't think he did enough. But I think going forward, Kwanzaa and Doak need, even if they go to a Bundesliga Division 2.
Doak, Clark, McConnell, and Conor Bradley all need game time.
All of them. Go to the second division of La Liga B and go play a team there and get a run. The idea is to keep playing. Because when you come back next year, you could challenge. That's what Harry Kane did. That's what the guy from, what's his name? How am I blanking?
Harry Kane played Millwall for a while.
Yeah. What's the name? The guy from Leicester, striker.
Vardy,
same thing. Even Dele Alli, same thing. Go to and Liverpool also needs to do better in the team they send these players to. Last time we talked about it, but
Mason Mount.
No, yeah, Mason Mount went to Derby with Lampard. We need to send him to places where they're gonna, even if they get 60% of the game, that's good. It's just, I think that if we keep him thinking that, let's keep him in the academy one more year, it's not helping them. The academy, they are way better than the academy. They need a better place to be at. What's the name? JS is
and I think this guy also played well when he came on. Javier Elliott also played very well when he came on.
Elliott was very physical. I like what he was doing. He was very well. Hey, JS, thank you so much for the subs, baby. I appreciate you, man. But Nunes today, I wanted to talk to Nunes so we could get out of here. Nunes, it wasn't his fault. This is the part where this is what happened to him last season.
Darwin Nunes just wrote himself out of a start, in my opinion.
But he wasn't never going to start. Gakpo's way above him. Gakpo's way, even last game when he started, you could still see Gakpo.
He just written himself out of a start.
Yeah, but this is what I was saying, Uncle. Nunes today, it's not that because he didn't score a goal. It's just that we didn't give him enough balls.
What do you mean we didn't give him enough? That chance,
No. He's a striker. He's going to miss chances. That's the thing. People need to stop, Uncle. People need to stop thinking that a striker is going to be 100% over 100%.
Kwesi, now with Pacho. That chance that he missed after all that Diaz did and just handed him the ball, Stevie Wonder.
The goalie caught it. If Alisson had done that, if Alisson had done what the goalie did, we would be like,
that guy was their substitute. That guy was their substitute goalkeeper.
Yes, but if Alisson has caught, it's the same thing. The goalie is there to stop those balls.
Compare that with what Gakpo scored. I just made a statement.
Gakpo's goal was beautiful. It wasn't the same.
He's written. The degree of difficulty was like 10 times.
No.
Took it with his left foot.
Watch the game again. He was under pressure.
Who was under pressure?
Gakpo had a run. Gakpo had a run into the box. Nunes' chance was it came right at him, and he had to salt his feet out and try to score. The goalie was coming at it.
What does a good striker do?
But that's the thing. A striker misses. Why do people think that a striker doesn't miss chances?
Well, it is how many you miss.
Exactly. But how many did he get?
Kwesi.
No. Listen, how many did he get?
Kwesi, you are not more of a Nunes advocate than me. I'm just saying he's rating himself out of the starting position.
No, but he was never going to start. I'm sorry. Well, he was never going to start. Certain games he will.
I thought he actually had a chance.
No.
Given the number
Uncle, have you even seen Gakpo?
To put himself. Sorry?
Guys, am I tripping or why? His uncle hasn't seen how good Gakpo is. Gakpo is a bro.
No.
That's why Jamie
The reason why.
That's what I was gonna say. Shout out to Jamie Phillips. This is the reason why Jamie was thinking that Nunes was gonna be sold. Gakpo is way ahead of him.
I say that. Mm-hmm. Yes. I'm saying that I had been thinking that Klopp could tweak the system because Gakpo can play in several positions and place Gakpo in a place that allows Nunes to play. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
No. Let me tell you why. Uncle, let me tell you why. That is the problem with Liverpool fans. We're trying to pack all our best players in the formation in one team. No, you don't do that. Gakpo and Nunes are two different strikers. And we need to stop trying to make Nunes play like Bobby and Gakpo.
But that's not his style. Gakpo is not a striker. He can play as a striker. He's not a striker.
Exactly, but that's our system. That's why we brought him in. So we need to stop trying to make this is my also frustration with
the first chance that Gakpo missed. Okay. The first chance Gakpo missed is a mirror image of the chance that Gakpo scored, that Nunes missed. It's a mirror image of the chance that Gakpo scored against.
No. Watch it again. Watch it again.
Manchester United. I was watching the game.
Watch it again.
It was a mirror image. It was a mirror
But this is the thing,
image.
Uncle. We have Liverpool fans. This is the reason why Nunes was struggling last year. He is not Haaland. Strikers miss chances. A lot of times they will, out of 10 chances, they will miss all 9 and score 1. We need to let the boy grow.
At 24, how much growth does he need?
How long did it take Drogba to become a deadly striker? Until he was 28.
Oh, my brother. Please,
okay, that's the thing. We need to stop thinking that strikers are going to score 100% of the chance.
You don't know which part of Abidjan he was born. Let's talk about.
I don't care where he was born. All I know is he was 28. He was a late bloomer.
The exception does not disprove the rule.
No. Listen, that's not what I'm saying.
Nunes missed chances. He should have.
He's a striker. He's gonna be missing chances. We have to let him grow.
If somebody else is not gonna miss, then you don't get to start.
Tell me who? Did you see the last chance that Robert Lewandowski missed against Arsenal?
Now you're comparing Nunes.
Let me just he's a striker. He's gonna miss chances.
Come on.
Look, every striker does miss chances for real. But what I'm gonna say is, you know, it's not from his ability, because he's got the ability, Nunes. The only issue I have with him is he's very indecisive in the box. You need to be a cold-blooded killer. That's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree.
There are times that he shows that, but there are times like today he didn't show that. You know what I mean? He needs to pattern them up a little bit. He just needs to be bit more.
The chance that Diaz created for him that he missed is just unpardonable. That's just it. It's unpardonable.
Yeah,
that's why he's paid £120,000 a week. It's unpardonable. That's it.
There are some. One of them, I agree. But there's been a few gilt-edged chances that, you know what, you've got to be a bit more deadlier. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, we need. And that's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
It's not about saying that.
That's what I'm saying. Give him a chance. He will grow.
You're not accommodating for him to miss chances.
He was doing well until now, Uncle. He's been scoring goals until now. And he missed a lot of chances until now.
For example, the chance he missed against Brentford.
This guy's talking about the pass. Leave him alone. That was the pass. Give him a chance.
I'm not holding him.
I'm telling you, when the season starts, you're gonna be buying him a lot of fufu. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
I hope so. Maybe he should be seeing Karim Adeyemi and eating some of his fufu, because Karim Adeyemi claims that his prowess is due to
the fufu. But anyway, gents, thank you so much for joining me. I have to run out right now. Baz, I appreciate you, and I hope everything is going well. Uncle Albert, as always, thank you. K-Mac, thank you for joining.
My niece is here. She's a Manchester United supporter.
Boo.
She hasn't begun to laugh at
the house, man. Come on.
Leave her outside. Kick her outside.
Right? No,
Kick her outside.
She just arrived, man. Kicking her out it's not going to be easy. She's not laughing yet. I can see she knows the score. But the smile on her face, she knows the score.
Family, no family, Uncle Albert. Rules are rules, man.
Rules are rules, man. Rules are rules.
Out the door, man. Out the door.
Leave her outside. Anyway, thank you guys in the chat. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. I'm saying, guys, don't be worried. Let the scoreline be the scoreline, but Liverpool is going to do well. Trust me.
You people should keep your bomb disposal act going. When the bombs go off, I won't be around. I'll be long gone.
Hey, Uncle Albert, who's you people? Because I hope you're not referring me into this.
No, Baz, you and I will be gone. Yeah, I know you and I will be long gone.
When we start winning, I don't want to see you here.
Kwesi ends man, 12th man, all those man then. They will.
Don't worry. When we start winning, you gonna be outside like your niece outside watching it. That's exactly what's gonna happen.
I've always been inside for 47 years, man.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Good to see you all.
All right.
Kwesi Bo, Baz, Uncle Albert, K-Mac. Peace.